Let's talk about how to arrange a cozy and inviting living room. Hi everyone, Liz here. Welcome to Balance and Rhythm, where we talk about interior design and ways to make the most of our homes to create happiness, health, and well-being. Living rooms can be complex spaces to design. It's where we entertain, lounge, watch TV, and converse. How the space looks and functions is important to our comfort and well-being because as studies show, we spend the majority of our waking hours at home here. So let's take a look at 8 key steps to planning a space that functions and flows seamlessly. The first thing you'll want to do is determine your living room's function. Some homes have formal living rooms and family rooms, and they may serve very different purposes. Whereas a home with a great room or just one living space will need to accommodate all your needs for conversation, lounging, and entertainment. So think about what activities will take place in the room, and that will lead you to the items you need to support those activities. Once you've determined your living room's purpose, identify the focal point. A focal point catches your eye, draws you into the space, and gives your eyes a place to rest. Some spaces will have a natural focal point, like a beautiful view or an architectural feature. But you can also create a focal point with a feature wall, artwork, or a mirror. Sometimes TVs tend to be part of the focal point, and if it's something you want to try to de-emphasize, you can hide it behind a piece of artwork or in a cabinet, or you can disguise it by setting it against a dark wall. Another option is to invest in a frame TV that looks like framed artwork when it's not in use. Anchoring your space creates visual weight and grounds the room. Rugs are a great way to do this and will help delineate your living room in an open plan. A large rug will anchor the space and offer unity for all the pieces within the area. Ideally, all the pieces in a living room would fit on top of the rug. But at minimum, the rug needs to be big enough to fit at least all the front legs of the seating, plus at least 8 inches on the sides of the furniture grouping. A heavy piece of furniture like a sofa or substantial coffee table can also act as an anchoring element in lieu of a rug or in addition to it. Selecting these items first and getting a feel for how to work with your focal point will help you start establishing a flow for the space and get you thinking about traffic patterns. You want to make sure you're not blocking walkways and windows and that you're leaving circulation space around the furniture. Allow 24 to 36 inches between furniture that you need to be able to walk around and 14 to 18 inches between a coffee table and sofa so that there's space to pass, but drinks and remotes are within reach. The 2/3 rule is a great guideline for selecting and arranging items in the living room. Look for a coffee table that's about 2/3 the length of the sofa. You can also group smaller tables of different heights together to get the dimensions right. You can use the same approach for displaying artwork. If you're hanging the piece over a sofa, mantle, or console table, aim for the piece or group of smaller pieces to be about 2/3 the length of the furniture piece, wall, mantle, or whatever it's hanging over to keep everything in proportion. Conversation-friendly seating arrangements are cozy and foster connection. These are areas where seating pieces are within 10 feet of each other, so it's easy for people to speak to one another, and it also creates a cozy area for lounging and TV watching. Small spaces are great at forcing this, whereas in large open spaces like great rooms, it may be necessary to split up the space into zones. Floating seating groups away from the wall in the living room keep sightlines clear so that you're not blocking windows, doorways, or walkways. It may not always be possible to float a seating area completely away from walls, especially if the space is small or hemmed in by circulation areas. But keeping the goal of conversation-friendly seating in mind will help the space feel cozy and cohesive. The arrangement of each living room is unique to each space and depends a lot on the function, but it's usually some variation of sofa and coffee table as key pieces. If you like to lounge and watch TV in your living space, a cozy sectional, maybe with a chaise, could be a great choice. Then, depending on the space, Other pieces like love seats, chairs, ottomans, and poufs can be added to create your cozy, conversation-friendly seating arrangement. Side or drink tables, while not mandatory, can add a beautiful decorative touch and provide a place for drinks or a book. And they look great paired up with a single chair so that it doesn't look too lonely. Lighting is another important element to take into account when planning your living space. You may already have overhead or wall lighting as fixed features, preferably on dimmers. So think about layering in floor and table lamps to give a nice eye-level glow and balance the overhead lighting. A well-placed lamp can add a nice ambiance to the space or provide some task lighting for reading, and it makes a great accent piece and partner for a chair or sofa. Living spaces are a great place to incorporate plants and other greenery. To complete your space, include greenery like trees, plants, cut flowers, and stems to add depth, texture, and a connection to nature. A well-placed tree helps to add height to the space and balances out shorter elements while adding life and color. And smaller potted plants and vases of stems and flowers help to add texture and color to horizontal surfaces. What are some of the ways you've overcome living room arrangement challenges? Please share in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and please consider subscribing to be the first to know about new videos. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.